So a couple days ago, I actually made a video talking about all the recent leaks going around that was actually suggesting that the Spider-Man 4 plot had kind of changed from this grounded movie that we all thought it was going to be about to this massive multiversal film. Again, in the video, I do highly recommend going and checking it out. Links in the description down below. If I fucking remember, if I don't, it was uploaded a couple months before this. But essentially, we kind of all thought the plot of MCU Spider-Man 4 was going to have Kingpin becoming the mayor of New York, and basically one of the first things he was going to do was outlaw vigilantism, and then like heroes like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop and that would be ultimately on the run, leading to Kingpin now hiring like Scorpion, Black Cat, all these enemies to go after Spider-Man. Turns out that looks like it's going to be the plot for Marvel Spider-Man 5, because number 4 looks like it's going to be a massive multiversal story now. And to even further prove this, it recently just came out saying that Spider-Man 4 will reportedly be another multiversal story. According to insider Daniel RPK, Marvel Spider-Man 4 will reportedly be another multiversal story, with the film slated to release in 2026, July that is. Between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, the film story will likely tie into the MCU's greater overall narrative. Again, this makes sense. As I said in the previous video, we know that any movie that takes place between Doomsday and Secret Wars will be in the battle world. And essentially the battle world in some comics is Doctor Doom basically getting his way, getting the win, and combining all these worlds together into one big ass world. And that's where we get to see a ton of like collaborations, a lot of superheroes getting to meet each other for the first time, all of this type of stuff, right? Essentially, we know that it is being said that all these movies will take place on Battleworld. They will not be prequels. So the two movies that are going to be between Doomsday and Secret Wars, the one confirmed one, I think is in like November. And then there's supposed to be this one, which looks to be in July. Again, the one in November has not been revealed, but I really do theorize it's going to be Doctor Strange. Again, they really delved into the multiversal type of stuff in the last Doctor Strange movie. And I have a massive feeling they're probably going to be doing the same in the next one. And it would make sense for that to come out in November 2026. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Now, what's really interesting is the reason we're not getting a grounded movie right here is because essentially Sony and Marvel have been having this massive argument for a while where Marvel was like, we want to have this grounded Spider-Man story. Technically, Spider-Man 3 set up a grounded story. We want to do that. But Sony were like, our multiversal stuff have been really succeeding. No Way Home was a massive succession. Not just that, this phase that you have right now is called the Multiversal Saga. Let's do another multiversal film, right? Again, if they were to listen to the fans, about 75% of people would way rather a grounded story. Unfortunately, for the most part, they're going to be going multiversal. The thing is, I'm not too worried about this as long as number 5 is a grounded movie, which I think it genuinely will be. The reality is, Daredevil Born Again is coming out in 2025 and will be setting up Kingpin as the mayor. The thing is, that show, if successful, will at least go for 3 to 4 seasons, and by 2028, when it ends, it would be perfect to then lead into the next Spider-Man film where maybe Kingpin has fully become mayor, he's fully outlawed vigilantes, and now Daredevil and Kate Bishop and all of those heroes are all on the run. Again, the thing is they can still do this in a way where No Way Home's ending is not ruined. Again, at the end of No Way Home, it was revealed that Peter now has no friends, he has no family, and he has no money. Again, no one remembers who he is, essentially looking like it was going to dive really into the depressed side of things of being Peter Parker that he, of course, has to go to. And then what we essentially saw was, is it going to be like some comic books where Peter Parker ends up really diving into that Spider-Man and never wants to be Peter Parker ever. He's basically always Spider-Man and fighting crimes, and it kind of takes over as his main identity. Again, there is a way where they can do this without ruining No Way Home and still doing this multiversal, because I wouldn't be surprised if the first quarter of Avengers Doomsday really does dive into Peter's life right now, and I wouldn't be surprised if Avengers Doomsday is essentially focuses on Fantastic Four and Spider-Man as the main characters. Again, the two biggest properties they have, and then Doctor Doom getting like his semi-origin story, and it's kind of just a big setup for Secret Wars. I wouldn't be surprised if in the first movie we get to see a lot of scenes of how Peter's life is currently going right now, how he's struggling to pay rent, how he's going to college, how he's depressed and all this stuff. Maybe a couple scenes like that where, and then somehow or some way, maybe he watches the news and shit's going down. Doctor Doom is trying to fucking destroy the universe and all this type of stuff. And then he tries to get the Avengers back together or something like that. Again, we have seen in a lot of TV and whatnot, Spider-Man has been the guy who has reunited the Avengers before, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and gets Captain America, aka Sam Wilson, and gets something going. That would make a lot of sense. It wouldn't ruin the end of No Way Home, because we still get to see that in Avengers Doomsday, he's really struggling, and then in Spider-Man 4, maybe with this big multiversal story, he's still obviously struggling, and then they can implement the symbiote suit, which we know is coming. We know the symbiote suit is coming, and it'd be awesome to see this depressed Peter Parker who wants to be Spider-Man get that symbiote suit, and obviously it makes him a more powerful Spider-Man, and he wants to continue to tap into it. And then, again, Secret Wars, maybe he loses it at the end, and then Avengers 5 is maybe him trying to find himself, be a little happier, and then Black Cat comes into it all and loves Spider-Man and not Peter. Again, there's a ton of different directions and ways they can possibly go with this without ruining the end of No Way Home. So look, even though I think Spider-Man 4 should have probably been a grounded story, in reality, maybe Sony's right. Maybe it is smarter to have a multiversal story, considering this is the multiversal saga, right? And considering this movie is going to take place during Doomsday and Secret Wars, this is a perfect opportunity for Sony to get Venom and Kraven the Hunter and all of these villains we've wanted to see fight Spider-Man in live action for so long to finally do it. And then obviously in Spider-Man 5, we can have Kingpin as the main villain who hires Scorpion and Black Cat. Again, it makes a ton of sense. It doesn't really ruin anything, and it's going to make a lot of money. It would also boost, I think, Secret Wars popularity and excitement more, especially if you have a Spider-Man multiversal film take place before it, which takes place in the same world that you've created, this battle world thing. It gives Secret Wars an actual purpose, and if fans get to see that and Doctor Strange, and if it's Doctor Strange or whatever it's going to be, that's going to excite fans, and it's going to be really, really awesome. But again, if you haven't already, I'd really like to know what your thoughts and opinions are all down below. Do you guys like that it's going to be a multiversal story, or do you guys not? I'd very much like to know your thoughts and opinions. Don't forget to subscribe to my sports channel and my IRL/vlogging channels, which will be linked in the description down below. And subscribe to this channel if you haven't already for the latest gaming, movie content, all of the above. But yeah, as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.